Linh-chan and Dimi-chan play games. Ooh. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, Chan-chan.
Ooh, lots more ghosts in this room.
So in the previous episode, we just unlocked the door, right?
Yeah.
And now we're continuing.
We're gonna go for...
Ooh, money!
I like money. Hey, leave me alone, ghost. I'm getting my money. Oh my gosh.
Someone else is gone. Or gosh is
Ooh,
okay.
look, a gold bar.
Yay.
Okay, I'll suck you up. He really likes getting sucked.
What's all the money gonna get you?
I think it's your score at the end.
No. Oh, there are two of them.
Well, I'm gonna suck them both up. I don't think you get anything for sucking up multiple ghosts.
Well, you get hearts if you're dying.
Oh yeah, you do? Oh, good thing I'm not dying.
No, I mean like all those hearts.
Uh-huh.
They add to your 100 if you're less than 100.
Oh, got it. Oh.
So,
that
technically, they're useful. But right now, you're not benefiting anything. Except to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Didn't mean to do that.
What happened?
I was trying to check this thing over here. Oh. I guess it does not want me to check that.
Why'd you leave?
I didn't mean to leave.
Oh, it's automatic?
Yeah,
because you got near the door, so it just took you out.
No, I pressed A because I was trying to like...
Oh, again. Wow. Wow. Oh, they're throwing bananas everywhere, right?
Yeah, where'd the bananas come from? Oh, it's a giant trash can.
Trash can. Do you think it smells?
Oh, probably does. I mean, if anyone would smell it, it'd be you. Smelling trash ghosts. So, I don't know if we talked about this, but Lynn has a crazy good sense of smell. Like, stupidly good. I can't smell half the things she smells. Oh, of course. This is Mario Kart 2, by the way.
It's called having good genes.
It's called having good genes? So you're saying I had bad genes? I'd say my genes are pretty good. There's only one hole so far.
There's only what?
The one hole.
What?
In my jeans.
Oh, it's your genes, huh? Not that kind of genes that you wear in your body. It's the genetic makeup review.
How does that work for smell, actually?
Well, researchers say that everyone have a certain number of olfactory sensories. So
yeah, that's like related to the sense of smell, right?
Yeah, olfactory is just a Latin word for meaning like smell. You know, something related to smell. So we all have smell receptors. Smell receptors in our nose, and they're saying that smell receptors are genetic, and that everyone have different receptors. So that everyone smell. So not two people. Not two different people. Not two different
smell the
people
same.
can smell the same, even though they're smelling the same thing.
So everyone kind of perceives smell differently?
Differently, yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Some smell, some perceive something, some are more sensitive to certain things than others, some smell better than others, you know? And, yeah. And they said that unless you're looking at, like, identical twins, nobody can smell the same thing, or at the same degree. And it has to do with, the transmission proteins that link those receptors together and to the brain.
Oh, so
like the transmission passage, the pathway between all those receptors and the brain, it has something to do with that, like how efficient it is. So in the end, it is a genetic thing where some people smell better than others.
But it's not genetic relating to your actual receptors.
No, it doesn't have anything.
The connection between the receptor and your nerves.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with the receptors themselves, but the pathway heading towards the brain and how the brain perceives it as that. And they did research on great apes and stuff like that, and they found that the reason why we have different receptors for different people is that because one, it's a genetic thing, and also the reason why some smell better than others is because it has something to do with our survival instinct. Like over time, over evolution, our sense of smell becomes less important.
Yeah, like I know like cats and dogs rely on their sense of smell to like know their surroundings and know who different things are and what's edible and all that, right?
So they found that in many great apes that over time, like over evolution, generations and generations, that our sense of smell becomes less important and it's being replaced by our vision sense, like vision receptors, you know. So by being given better vision abilities, we're able to sense things like, you know, how to tell fruits if they're raw and how to see prey or predators from far away and stuff like that. So by having that ability over time, our sense of smell becomes less important, and it's sort of like in a way being neglected. So then that's the reason why some people, we have different sense of smell.
Interesting.
And that's the reason why people,
Well, I know, like, for vision, because you just mentioned how, like, vision has kind of replaced it.
Yeah.
I know, like, for vision, we have 3 receptors, one green, one red, and one blue, and that's more or less the same across the whole population. Like, there are some minor differences between people. Like, some people see things with a slight magenta tint and some with a slight greener tint. And that's because they have different genes that basically say how they see, like, red light.
Yeah.
And some people are colorblind and they see things very differently, of course. But for vision, there's only 3 receptors, right? For smell, is it similar? Is there like a small set of receptors that just kind of map to different smells, or is it different?
I'm not sure. I didn't do research on it, really. I mean, whatever I told you is all I know about it.
Well, you were saying how, like, no 2 people smell alike, right? Or smell the same way. Not like they smell. Of course, no 2 people smell exactly the same way, but the way in which they smell.
Yeah, the way in which they
not
smell.
Their
like
odor.
Some people, you know, are more sensitive to, I don't know, like
yeah.
bananas,
For instance, Lynn smells everything that's in her food. I can't smell anything that's in my food. So since you say no 2 people smell alike, the amount of receptors must be so complex, right?
No, I think we all have the same amount of receptors and the same like receptors.
It's just a huge amount of them.
Because they said that it really has nothing to do with the receptors, whether it can smell thing or not. It has to do with how clear that pathway is. So, I mean, I didn't do research on it really, so I don't know too much detail about it. But it seems like the amount of receptors you have doesn't really play big of a part in how well you smell. But of how genetically how efficient those pathways are.
Got it. No, that makes sense. And that kind of makes sense a lot, actually, because...
And also because of evolution, because of evolution that are like some sensories become mutated as well. So I think that could also be a reason why certain people can smell certain things and certain people can't. But it's really interesting that even though some cannot smell it, they do experience like a physiological response. Like they do produce a physiological response to it.
Oh, so interesting. So even though you're not like consciously smelling that there might be something there, your body smells it. Interesting.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good thing, right? If is some chemicals out there that is floating in the room that you may not know of. So if you can't, like, there are a lot of odorless chemicals. So I guess in a way it's a good thing if your body reacts to it, right? Rather than you smelling it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I know also, like, if you are smelling like the same thing all day, you are going to block it out. Like, your brain is not necessarily going to torture you with that smell the whole time, you know? So I guess that's just probably the same sort of thing. Like, if you are very sensitive to smells, it's not like you're going to continue smelling that if that's all you can smell in an area, for instance, because it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know?
So maybe your brain shuts it off.
If only I can smell which door I need to go in.
All the amazing things the brain can do, right?
Yep. Luigi does not have a brain anymore. He got
He's
squished.
flat.
And this one. Oh, cool. I like how the keys shrink. Very convenient for him to store them afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine carrying around that giant key?
It must be really heavy if it's like 3/4 his size.
Well, it might be made of titanium. Ooh.
But it was gold. Titanium and painted gold?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe.
Oh, it's a little baby.
But yeah, recently we found out that I'm allergic to cats, and I often, like, I don't smell it, but you know, whenever I touch your cat, I would get like my body would react to it, you know, and I start like sneezing and like getting itchy and stuff like that. So I guess that's like an example of like a physiological, you know, response to something, you know, like whatever chemical that is being produced by the cat. You know, I can't smell it, but I'm being affected by it, and my body is reacting to it to let me know that, hey, this is dangerous, you know.
Yeah, so, even though technically an allergy is not necessarily that, because an allergy is your body, like your immune system attacking you to kind of save you from nothing. So,
but there has to be something there for it to be attacking you, right?
Well, it's not a dangerous thing. Like a cat pollen is not gonna, not cat pollen, cat dandruff and dander is not gonna kill you. It's just gonna be there, and then your body normally would clean it up. But in cases where people are allergic, you have your an immune response, which kind of kills you in the process of not letting you breathe anymore.
So that's nice. So every time I'm near your cat, I'm actually dying a little on the inside.
That's one way to put it. But good thing you didn't die as a baby, because this baby is gonna
die.
No, it's not gonna die. It's gonna kill us.
Up.
But we'll see that next time.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi-chan, Linh-chan, Dimi.